Let's use our leftover Halloween candy to make a chocolate-filled brioche. We're going to start by mixing our dry ingredients. We have bread flour, sugar, instant yeast, and powdered milk. And then we're just going to whisk those together. If you're using fine salt, you could add it here, but I have a large grain salt, so I'm going to dissolve it in my water. I'm using my paddle attachment on my KitchenAid stand mixer, and I'm adding the water with the salt dissolved into it. And then start the machine. I'm on a number 2 speed here, but you might have to stop it and mix it a little bit by hand to get it going. At first you'll have a shaggy dough, but keep mixing and it'll get smooth. See? What'd I tell you? It's still going to be sticky, but it should be stretchable. Like that. Okay? You've developed that gluten. Good job. Now we're going to add our butter. And I'm lazy, so yes, I did weigh my butter on top of my chocolate. Save a dish. And also, it's room temperature, so it's kind of hard to clean up, harder than chocolate. So just let this mix until your butter is incorporated. It might take a while, but it will get in there. Let's lay it out on a floured surface. Make sure it's well floured, it is sticky. Get off as much as you can from the bowl. I used a bowl scraper to get the bowl clean as I can without having to wash it. And then you're going to pull the dough over itself like this. This helps build those air pockets. Okay, form a ball. And now we're going to spray our bowl. You can see it's not perfectly clean, but clean enough. Spray your bowl, or you can rub in some oil if you don't have the spray. And then just drop your dough ball inside of there. Thusly. Okay, spray the top again. And then we're going to cover it with some plastic wrap that I also sprayed. Sorry, that was off camera. And here you go. Ta-da! Now we just wait. Now this is doubled in volume. You can see I can poke it and it leaves an indent. That might take an hour in your kitchen. It might take longer, depends on the temperature. Now just lay it out. Press it down gently. You don't want to poke out all your air bubbles. And then we are going to divide this into 16 pieces. They should be 32 grams-ish. And you could eyeball it, but I like to weigh mine, so that's what I do. So I start with eyeballing it, kind of like that. And then I start pulling them off, and then you can't see it, but my scale is right there. I put that greased plastic on the top, grease up of course, and then I start weighing my dough so I can get them into even pieces. When you're satisfied with the size of the dough, make balls and put them on the floured surface. Not touching, because they will stick back together. You can roll them on the counter or between your hands, whichever is easier for you. I use both methods. depending on how I feel that day. Now that we have 16 even balls, let's cover it with that same plastic. We're reusing it. Wait about 10 minutes, and then the gluten should relax enough that we can fill it with chocolate. So just place it in your hand, pop your chocolate inside, close it up, and re-round it. Again, just poke it down with your finger. You can stack 2 different ones if you like. There you go. Pinch it shut. Keep going. These chocolates are different sizes, so you might have to break them. If you're using a candy bar, you can break off the little squares and stack them up. Let's slow it down so you can see the technique of pinching it closed a little better. There you go. You just want to make sure it is in the center. You don't want it poking out, or it won't be in the middle of your bread. It'll come out in the oven. So I'm not only using Halloween candy, I also had this Milka Noir Tendre bar that I brought back from France. And I've broken off pieces of it and stacked them 2 together. They have little pieces of almonds in them. I think they'll be really good. Just round out those dough balls. Again, if your chocolate's poking out, round it again. Then we're going to pop these into this pan. Just line them up 4 by 4 because you've got 16 hopefully. So this technique, you just cup your hand and roll it loosely under your hand there. If it doesn't want to get tight, you might have to scrape off some of the excess flour from your work surface with your bench scraper, and then it should help. Sometimes I spray it or dab a little bit of water there. See, that came out. You gotta pinch it back in. We don't want any chocolate fountains in the oven. Guess what? Here comes our plastic wrap again. Cover those up, let them sit until they're doubled. Okay, so here they are. Touching, you can see, you push your finger, it leaves an indent. We're going to put these into a 325-degree oven for about 15-20 minutes. You want to keep an eye on them. If they start to brown too much, we're going to cover with a foil tent. So these are browning too fast, so here's my foil tint. Cook until it's 190 to 200 on the inside. Check the temperature multiple places to be sure. So remove it from the pan so it won't get soggy. And now that we've let these cool, let's add some more chocolate. We are going to top it with some melted dark chocolate, and I'm going to use Dulce Valrhona, which is a blonde chocolate or a toasted white chocolate. You can use regular white chocolate if you like. Just go back and forth like this. I put it in a parchment triangle and melted it in the microwave. We're going easy here. Just drizzle it on the bias like this, and then we'll turn it and do the same thing with the dark chocolate. If you're melting your chocolate in the microwave, you want to be careful. The blonde and the white chocolate do burn very quickly. It's very easy to burn chocolate in the microwave, so you want to use short bursts and you don't want to use your full power. Do it at like 50% power. So the mug you see on the side, yeah, I do love coffee, but I'm not drinking coffee here. I've used the mug to hold up my parchment bag in the microwave. Oh, and also don't be like me. See that chocolate coming out of the top? Maybe you should close the bag, Kay. What do you think? We want full coverage here. Just keep going back and forth and use up all that chocolate. Or you can stop, but why not? More chocolate, the better. I wish you could smell this. I could taste this already. We'll wait till this sets up, or you can put it in the refrigerator to speed up the hardening of the chocolate. And here we have it. Should be easy to remove from that parchment. Let's take one off so you can see the texture. Let's cut one in half, shall we? This one had a Milky Way in it. You can see it's melted down into the bread. Let's do another one so we can see how solid milk chocolate or dark chocolate looks. Not exactly in the center, but you can see the solid chocolate and you can see the soft texture of the bread. Delicious. You gotta make this. Here's your ingredient list. Get ready for a screenshot.